Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about bringing it for the ride and talking about body sensations as well as like the mindset behind it that really helped me. If you can just make sure you like and subscribe down at the bottom and just leave any comments, questions, any videos you maybe like me to do in the future. Now everyone's journey is going to be very different and body sensations can be very, very different as well. For me personally, I feel like I dealt with a lot, like a lot. I even have periods now where I will have some here or there, and they're not really they're bothersome necessarily, but they they just happen. It's just kind of just part of the process. Everyone's body's different, right? Now, body sensations that I've experienced in my life through anxiety. I would have panic attacks that were basically like seizures. I had stomach churning, diarrhea, muscle pain. I have pain in my neck where it feels like my neck is just tightening super hard. Someone's pulling me back. Pain in my ears. I've had problems with my sinuses, headaches, pain in my feet, my heart beating super fast, my chest hurting, feeling like I can't breathe. I even had this thing one time where I felt like my teeth were shivering all the time. Shivering, like, that cold feeling where you bite something that's like weird and your teeth go like, ugh. I had that for weeks one time. Twitching in my eyes. I had really bad stomach cramps, I'd have like pain in the top of my forehead, and sometimes it would even feel deep, like in my head, I just pains in my eyes, like really bad pains in my eyes, just kind of all kinds of stuff. And then of course, like being exhausted and, stuff like that. Now, with the body sensations, the biggest thing that made the difference for me is going through each one of them, because I've dealt with them and, they've shifted around and everything. Biggest thing is just living your life the way that you want and taking them with you, and being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is gonna be the biggest thing that is gonna make the change for you. You have to desensitize yourself over time to these body sensations and live the life that you want to live. And eventually over time, your mind and body won't have the ability to be able to make you feel that way. Now, in Paul David's book, It Lasts a Life, and I know I've done a couple videos on the same kind of thing, but it basically explains that your body has to feel those things in order to heal, and everyone's different, right? And everyone's feelings may manifest differently, but as humans, we can think about our thinking, and you have to put yourself in a situation where you don't analyze it, you just feel uncomfortable and you bring it for the ride. And over time, it, like I said, will desensitize you, make you uncomfortable. So now, with the physical sensations, they don't really mean necessarily anything. Okay. Now, if they're accompanied by rumination and intrusive thoughts, then you know that maybe there's some things that you need to break down. But for me, I had maybe a 5-month period where I had, just crazy body sensations. Super, super intense, and almost no rumination. Maybe the rumination would come up a couple days a month, it just because I was just getting so tired from it, and I used to put myself in a situation where it was almost like I was fighting it, where I was like trying to be like, all right, let's go, like prepare for it, like ride the roller coaster, and I think that was part of the reason, I was always like, I had to prepare for it and fight for it mentally, and it definitely wasn't really helpful. Now, with the body sensations, the other thing that you have to really look at is the mindset that goes along with it. I remember when I've talked to Nick a few times. I remember we had a conversation where he told me that he would experience a certain kind of thing. I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe it's a feeling of like almost like outer body or something, where he's like looking at him, he's just like kind of not there, and where he just feels kind of weird, and it's just something that will pop up an hour or a day or something, and he has no desire, zero desire to get rid of it. And it's because it doesn't bug him. It's just a thing that happens, and he knows it's a thing that happens. And this was a while ago, and it made me really think about it, and I think when I finally got to the point where I didn't care, and not even not care, it's more of a like, I accepted that that's the way that, that I was going to feel. And no matter how I felt, I just literally did whatever I wanted. I didn't go home one day out of the week and say, I can deal with it every day, but today I'm too tired. I hung out with friends. I went out. I even, at times when I was really uncomfortable, I was like, sweet, this is a really cool opportunity. I'm going to go do karaoke in front of a ton of people. I'm going to go, I'm going to dress really weird, go to the store, make myself really uncomfortable even more than I am now, and I didn't do it compulsively all the time. It was more like, I'm already uncomfortable. Let's go be more uncomfortable. And I would do that, periodically. And I think when I started to adopt that mindset, it didn't matter how I felt. I was just okay with being uncomfortable. And that mindset really took me a really long way. And I would say if you're dealing with body sensations now, just to kind of give you, history with me. But so I had a 2-year period before, I really worked with anyone in OCD recovery where I nonstop 24 hours a day had body sensations, intrusive thoughts, rumination, being uncomfortable, lots of addiction problems. When I was at my worst, I literally would go to work a few hours a day, come home, lay down on my bed, and I would be heavily medicated as soon as I got home because it was the only way that I felt like I could function. I would just lay down and watch Netflix constantly, Google things on my phone, look at my phone, try to do anything that would distract me. I only had short minutes where I would maybe eat or maybe exercise here or there where I'd have a couple minutes, or maybe where I was, being with my girlfriend, but besides that, 24/7, 365, always being uncomfortable. And I dealt with it for a long time. And now I'm to a point where intrusive thoughts don't really exist much. Body sensations, I'll maybe have something come up once every couple weeks for 10, 15 minutes. And it's just because I'm sensitized. I'm still sensitized. My body is still working out some of those things, and it's not just a process. I feel like mine's maybe not as normal as others. Mine was a lot worse, but maybe that's how we all feel, right? OCD has the ability to maybe to let us all feel like ours is the worst case scenario, right? Maybe mine wasn't that bad, and I'm just a pansy. I don't know. So for me, I would say just really, last but not least, guys, just be really patient with this stuff and give yourself some compassion. And when you're bringing it for the ride, just make sure you're doing those things. Make sure you're spending time with family. Make sure you're having a connection. You're hanging out with friends. You're going out. You're not staying inside and you're not crying in your bed. Just go and be uncomfortable and live the life that you want. And then over time, you'll believe. You'll know. You'll believe that even if you're uncomfortable, you can live a happy, normal life. So anyways, well, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for your time.